Hey guys, Ben here and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the DCU. We got some confirmed information about the new Green Lantern TV show, and we got a bunch more news, including a first look at Superman's new Lex Luthor in the film that James Gunn is directing. So if you do go on to enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos later this year. Okay, so yesterday I uploaded my first non-DC video in a long time. Go check that out. It's about the new Harry Potter TV show coming to HBO Max. I know you guys are going to be interested in that. Plus also I made a video to do with DC, the CW, and Superman Lois. So for now, let's go ahead and get into today's main topic. This is all DC orientated. We got a lot of news that we need to break down throughout the course of this entire video, so stick around. So first things first, James Gunn has confirmed that yes, Lanterns, the Green Lantern TV show coming to HBO Max, or Max as it's now called, has an official team of writers and producers on board. So this is what James Gunn had to say about Lanterns. He said, yes, it's true. The Lanterns DCU series is putting together a crack team of writers based on a wonderful pilot script and Bible by Chris Mundy, Tom King, and Damon Lindelof. A hearty welcome to Chris and Damon Lindelof as they join DC Studios family. No welcome necessary for Tom King, who has been there nearly since the inception of DC Studios. So there you have it. That is the confirmation that the pilot for Lanterns has been written, and now they're working on the entire show because now they've got that team of writers. There's 3 of them. I don't know the situation if there's going to be a writer's room or not, but I'm going to presume for now that those 3 are going to be involved in most of the episodes. And so if you don't know, Tom King is a comic book writer. It's interesting that they got him involved. I guess he's just there as the kind of DC Comics representative. So Damon is actually known for Watchmen, he wrote that, and also Leftovers and the film The Hunt. And Chris Mundy is well known for his writing and producing on Bloodline, Ozark, and True Detective. So yeah, they got a good team coming together from all different paths, and I think that's going to make for a really good screenplay, a really good first pilot that apparently they've already written. So that is your big confirmation here, as well as the people who are on board. And obviously those guys are going to be heavily involved in creating Lanterns and making it the show that it's going to be. So I'm really happy that James Gunn came out yesterday and said all of this, because there's been lots of speculation online for a while as to who's involved in Lanterns, and now I just want to hear more about the casting. But obviously their traditional position on casting has been get a director on board and then we do the casting, but potentially the situation could be different for the DCU series that they do, because the only castings we got so far have really been for the films that they're creating. So yeah, it could be different, and potentially they have a few people in mind. I presume Nathan Fillion is going to be involved, considering he is playing Guy Gardner in the DCU in Superman first, and then I presume he's going to show up in Lanterns, and there will be other Lanterns because it's Lanterns plural. Okay, so let's move on to the next big topic. DC Studios is reportedly close to getting a showrunner for Booster Gold, and this is coming from Daniel RPK on Twitter, so you can trust him. He is pretty reputable. However, you have to take it with a grain of salt because this is a scoop. This is not something that's been officially confirmed. It's just something that Daniel has been hearing. And so yeah, we're hearing that DC Studios is getting close to finding a showrunner for Booster Gold, which makes sense given all the rumors of Booster Gold coming together. James Gunn did actually address some of the rumors the other day, and he kind of said, okay, we're working on it, but it's not as far as ahead as people have been saying. But apparently, according to Daniel, Booster Gold has already been cast. Now, I think that's a little bit too far-fetched. I can't imagine them casting him already, especially when there's all these other projects going first. And I feel like Lanterns is probably going to come first, but I could be wrong about that, guys. Like, maybe Booster Gold already is further along in the writing stage, and they could start looking at casting already. So, maybe it's right, but I just felt like Lanterns was going to be coming first, and we'll probably hear about that first, and as you've heard so far, like at the start of this video, James has been referring to lanterns more than Booster Gold so far. So yeah, that's the news. What do you make of that? Do you believe that there's been an actual actor attached to play Booster Gold yet in that Booster Gold DCU show? Or do you think it's probably going to happen further down the line? Okay, so let's move on to the next main topic. This is coming from Threads. Someone asked James Gunn, when is the Superman trailer coming? And James Gunn replied, we're only a little over halfway through shooting. So that's the reply for the trailer question. So the trailer's not coming anytime soon because I guess he just wants more footage and he wants to be at a better stage before he releases a trailer. And the main confirmation here is actually not to do with that trailer, but to do with him saying we're over halfway through shooting, because that means they're at a really good stage. And so if you consider when they started filming back in like March, now we're in, you know, the end of May. So yeah, they're over halfway through shooting. So that means they're going to shoot over the summer, and presumably by the end of the summer, they're going to be done filming. So I think that's pretty much lined up with what we were all thinking, because we did hear previously that they had shoots scheduled for July in certain places in America. And, you know, they need to confirm all that early on. That's why you hear about all of that stuff beforehand, before like they actually go there and shoot. And so that means that they're only a little over halfway through done. But let's move on to the next topic. This is Superman related, because we got a good look at Nicholas Hoult in his Lex Luthor kind of haircut, I guess you could say, or in his Lex Luthor look. So you can see this photo of him right here. He is rocking that bald look, that Lex Luthor look. He barely has any eyebrows, he barely has any hair on his face, but he's on a racetrack. This is not for Superman. I believe this is just, you know, because maybe he likes racing cars or something. I don't know the context of this. I know there's the Grand Prix going on in Monaco right now, but I mean, they're shooting in America. I don't know if he like popped over or something. It doesn't really look like Monaco, to be fair. So I think he's just somewhere in America with a racing car, and he's just posted this photo online. And I just wanted to talk about it because what do you guys think of his look as Lex Luthor? Like, he looks very much like a young Lex Luthor, and you know, that kind of bold look suits him, but it is kind of strange because it just does look like Lex Luthor, but he's doing like normal Nicholas Hoult stuff. So I would count this as probably our first really good high quality look at him as Lex, although, you know, it's in a totally different situation, different setting. So what do you guys make of that? Let me know down in the comments below. But talking about Lex Luthor, let's move on to our next topic. We got 2 more topics to go through, guys. This is a big news roundup video. And so this is coming from Cinema Blend. I'll leave the link in the description below. But basically, they did an interview with some of the people behind My Adventures with Superman, and they had something to say about why Lex Luthor wasn't revealed back in season 1 of the show, and why in the season 2 trailer, Alex is revealed to be Lex Luthor in My Adventures with Superman. And so the quote is this: "And just so you know, Brandon, who worked on the show, sneakily backdoored Lex in. We were given a no Lex Luthor mandate for the show for seasons 1 and 2. So that's a huge reveal. Like, we know traditionally DC has been very careful about, say, including Batman in certain projects. We know the Arrowverse really struggled with including Batman and including Superman for the first season of Supergirl, but then they got the go-ahead in season 2 of Supergirl to include Tyler as Superman. And so, yeah, we've had stuff like this where there's been mandates saying you can't use this character. And so what the showrunners of My Adventures with Superman cleverly did was, because in season 1 they weren't allowed to actually have a Lex Luthor, they said, okay, Ivo's gonna have an assistant in season 1 and his name is gonna be Alex. And we're like, is this Lex? And he's like, and talking about the showrunner of the show, maybe. And then our execs are like, is this Lex? And he's like, if you want him to be. And then he got his way. So it was so aggressive to watch. This was like a 1.5 year long campaign to get Lex into the show, but it finally happened. And so I really like the creativity that goes behind decisions like this, because by having someone like Alex, people and fans have been speculating, okay, is that Lex Luthor throughout the entirety of season 1, including the execs on the show. And so, you know, by having a character that could potentially resemble someone as big as Lex, you have people questioning and theorizing and giving more engagement to your show. So I really like that. I really like the approach that they took, and I'm happy that DC finally let them use Lex Luthor in season 2. So the mandate was originally for seasons 1 and 2, but it seems because of all the fan speculation, so shout out to the fans, because Lex was so similar to Alex, and there was a way that people believed that he was actually Lex Luthor and it was just a reveal waiting to happen, that it seems they got the go ahead because of that, because of all that talk online. Could Alex be Lex? Well, it turns out yes, he is Lex, and you're gonna see him in season 2. And actually, it premiered last night, so go check out the premiere episode of season 2 of My Adventures with Superman. I haven't actually got around to watching it yet, but I'm definitely going to tune in the next few days. So for now, let's move on to our final main topic. We got an official release date for a new DC project that's being released under the DC Studios banner, and this is for Super/Man, the Christopher Reeve story. So we talked about this previously, that this was announced a while ago, but they've set its US release date for cinemas, and so this is the story. So the documentary that premiered to critical acclaim out of this year's Sundance Film Festival has been slated to hit select US cinemas via DC Studios and Fathom Events. You guys remember Fathom Events? They were supposed to put on Crisis on Infinite Earths, the Arrowverse crossover into cinemas, but that was back during the pandemic, during the lockdown, so they couldn't do that. But they're involved in a lot of event cinema, which basically means they do like select releases in cinemas. So it's going to be hitting select US theaters on September 21st, with an encore presentation following on the late actor's birthday on September 25th. So that is only 2 dates that have been confirmed for US cinemas. We don't have any official confirmations about international release dates, but according to Deadline, that is coming. We'll just have to wait and see what dates we actually get. But for those of you guys who live in America, that's good news for you. September 21st and September 25th is when you can see it in select US theaters around America. Now, I would say mark that in your calendar, because that's literally just 2 days. It's not going to have like a normal release. It is a selected release, so just those 2 days. So go write that down, go check out the documentary when it comes out, because apparently it's really good. So for now, thank you guys so much for watching. That pretty much does it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment. It would really help this video get out there. Also subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. But for now, you can click on the top right corner of the screen to watch my latest video, and I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.